Kabuli chickpeas are from October till March. And from March, normally, buyers in Turkey, in Mersin, they keep their stocks for small deliveries. And since the consumption is not good, also our key market is Iraq. The deliveries are very less there. I don't think that the prices will be able to go up, and we shouldn't expect Turkey to be in the market for a while. This is what I am going to say.
Thank you very much. I was wondering how Iraq can influence the reduction of the present stocks in Turkey.
Iraq, we used to sell big quantities to Iraq. I think we are selling almost 20,000 in a year. But the key months that we sell is Ramadan and the 10th month of, I think the October, they have special Muharram month, I think. And normally the consumption increases that month, that 2 months. But except that now there is only low demand coming from Iraq, and it seems it will continue this way.
Thank you very much. Our next two speakers will speak about the small size chickpeas. First of all, Mohammad Ahmed, who heads Pulse's desk of Ahmani Group. He has been in business since last 12 years, growing import, export, and indenting business to and from Pakistan. So he, as an expert of Pakistan, he will give us a brief outlook of Pakistan market.
Thanks, all. Good afternoon, everyone. Firstly, I would like to tell you that Pakistan is the biggest importer of Indian Kabuli chickpeas. This year, Pakistan imported 115,000 tons of Indian Kabuli, which is way higher than any other country. Now, the reason, what I would like, my point would be to tell you what we expect. Pakistan as a country is very price sensitive. If prices are lower, you would see a very high demand, and if prices go up, you will see a vice versa reaction. Last year, I feel, my personal idea is that we imported around 75,000 metric ton of Kabuli chickpeas, and this year is 115. So we have seen an increase of 35% of demand. And the reason is that this was the cheapest Kabuli chickpeas anywhere in the world. Like we were buying 60, 62 count out of India at a price which we could have, if you compare with other part of the world, we could not get even 7 at this price. And that is the reason why Indian Kabuli chickpeas has taken over the demand of other 7 Kabuli chickpeas. But going forward, what we have seen is that we have seen that prices in Australia, in Russia, other parts of the world have come down. Looking at the Indian prices, like we used to buy Australian Kabuli chickpeas at $700+, and now we are getting at close to $500 to $530 level. And we have seen Russian prices between $440 to $470. So if you see that if Indian prices goes up, then we could have again this 35,000 tons or 40,000 tons, which we have seen an increase in demand. This could again go down, and we could substitute to other countries, if provided the price and availability is there in other countries. Secondly, I would like to add the consumption months. In Pakistan, the highest consumption month is before Ramadan and Muharram. These are the two highest consumption months for Kabuli chickpeas. Currency is an important factor, but as we import, as we don't have any personal production, and we are totally dependent on import, so it won't matter whatever the currency it is. We need what we need, and we should we have to import. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I have a question for you. What is the percentage approximately of the chickpeas going through Pakistan to the neighboring countries in transit, like Iran and so on? How important is it?
Well, it's very difficult to predict that because it's not very much documented. But yeah, a lot of Kabuli goes to Afghanistan out of Pakistan. So I would say for 20-25% of Kabuli coming into Pakistan is going to Afghanistan. And some is also going to Iran, but not much.
Thank you very much. Our last speaker is our friend Emin Akan. He's heading Pulse's desk of Tiryaki for the last years. His role varied from leading origination activities in Russia and Turkey to merchandising activities to M&A, retail business and transit trade to Indian subcontinent. He's going to give us an outlook of the Russian market.
Yes, I would like to talk about Russia, which was not the issue 5 to 10 years ago in Kabuli discussions. But the Russian production, Russian harvest is growing too fast for the last couple of years. Especially last year, Russia had the record chickpeas crop, which is almost 400,000 tons. And the reason, the area that the Russian chickpeas are grown in central Russia, and these chickpeas are marketed to international world by either through Turkey or combined with the handy-sized big vessels with yellow peas to India. Chickpeas, the Russian farmers experienced in this short period all the fluctuations of chickpeas market. When they started seeding this, it was $950 FOB, but now they are selling their chickpeas at 350 FOB. So they experienced the worst. But despite that, despite the falling prices, the area cultivated is increasing. On the other hand, the way they handle the chickpeas from planting to harvest is still behind their world peers. That's why the Russian chickpeas always has got quality issues, mainly the rain damage and the mud damage. But in time, as every farmer in the world, they are going to improve their techniques and they will be offering more quality chickpeas. But of course, they will not be competing with the big size, but they will be competing in small size. And the Russian chickpeas through Turkey, marketed the world through Turkey, mainly to Middle East, because now Russian chickpeas turned into the major raw material of hummus produced in the region. Middle East and Europe. So the major consumption area of Russian chickpeas is hummus producers. The second comes the Indian subcontinent, mainly Pakistan and India. And for Pakistan, it's direct consumption. But for India, it is a small substitute of desi. For the Russian farmers, chickpeas is a good product because government is not intervened in it like other commodities like wheat. I don't think in the world, or I don't think in Russia, the chickpea export will be banned one day. This will never happen. But one day wheat exports can be banned. So it's kind of exodus for the Russian farmers. What we personally think that in upcoming years, Russia will keep increasing the output, increase their acreage from the central part of the country to other areas, maybe into the Kazakhstan, and we will see more and more small-sized chickpeas presented to international markets. And this will bring a strong competition for small-sized chickpeas of other origins like Canada, like Australia, and Argentina. That's all.
Thank you very much. So there is no doubt Russia has improved and is a real threat to the countries, like he has just said. So my question is there any study or progress in Russia regarding the large Kabuli chickpeas? Are they making any tests? Is there any possibility that they grow big sizes?
When prices were too attractive, above 1,000, I heard some attempts that they want to grow large chickpeas up to 9 mm. But I haven't heard a success story yet. But of course, they might try to grow. But if it would be such easy, Turkey would be growing big size chickpeas.
Thank you very much. Okay, before we start the debate with you, the audience, I would like that each of our panelists gives us their guess, following Sudhakar tradition, about the expected price of Kabuli chickpeas, large size, for the following 3 months. Disclaimer applies.
I think the price for 40 to 44 FOB basis will range between $880 to 1,000. It will be quite range bound this year.
Excuse me, we're talking about FOB, right?
FOB
basis.
FOB.
Thank you.
My guess is actually not. I totally think that what Mexico doing for the new crop, this about the Indians all depend on the Mexico. But I am thinking the prices should be at the same level or maybe go down. But I am not bullish on the market this year also because of the good supply in the market, even from Mexico, even from India. So again, Mexico is what Mexico opens for the new crop. It is all depend on this. But for India, as of now, I am thinking that the prices should remain the same or maybe go down. But I am not bullish.
On the next 3 months, I'm expecting that the prices of Indian Kabuli big size should be between 850 950 levels, FOB basis.
I will speak on 60-62 count. I personally feel that prices should be in range of 670 to 700 levels on a C&F Karachi basis.
Again, my estimate for big size, I agree with Murat. I think it will be between 850 to 950 FOB base.
We will ask the mentalist tonight what's his number. So I invite you to ask these expert people whatever you need to know, and I also invite you to give us your price ideas. So please go ahead.
My name is R.N. Meena. I am representing Central Warehousing Corporation, which is a premier public sector warehousing company in India. My question, or rather request to the panel is there any scope to go for logistics of Kabuli chana, which is grown mainly in the northern part of the country, by railroad mode from, say, Madhya Pradesh to Atari, go to Lahore, and I am told from Lahore to Istanbul, there is already a rail movement available, and how it affects the logistic scenario overall. Thank you.
So maybe,
Sir, will you please repeat your question? Actually, I don't get.
the sound is not reaching very clear here, so if you can make it clear, we will appreciate it.
My
Thank you.
question is, see, presently I do not know how the Kabuli chana is being imported by Pakistan or Afghanistan from India. My view is, can India, or means Pakistan, Afghanistan, this Kabuli chana can be routed via Atari Wagah border, from there up to Lahore, and from Lahore to Istanbul by rail, and in due course from India to Istanbul by rail. Is there any possibility?